Hello everybody, welcome back to the Mystic Hawk YouTube channel, or should I say the all-new Mystic Hawk YouTube channel. Yes, I'm back and I am doing the sun sign readings after some deliberation and some meditation on the situation, especially after that Mardi Gras reading, talking about the new blueprints. Well, the new blueprints instructed me that because the times that are coming up, it might be, and everybody, and those of you that have also asked for, where's the sun sign readings? Well, okay, I thought about it, and I decided I was going to do that. Speaking of readings, if you like a personal reading, my website is still under construction. That's one of the whirlwind things that's been happening on top of rearranging my house and setting up the studio, is getting the website under construction. But I do have some time available. I am starting to do personal readings again. If you'd like one, please email me from the email in the description down below, and I'll get with you and we'll get that set up. A reminder, all the readings come with an audio recording of that reading, and you get a nice quartz crystal, a jewelry point. Oops, sorry, I keep forgetting I don't have the camera on. Nice jewelry point quartz crystal about this size, roughly. I'm going to choose one from you out of the many that I do have. The one that is for you will come to you, and I do that after the reading, so I still have the energy of the reading on me when I choose those crystals, and they do absolutely get to you. I have a thank you. That's it. I don't have it with me. Oh, there it is. Yes, I do have the thank you note that I have received from one of you, from one of my clients out there that did get a crystal reading and received her crystal. So yes, you very much get that, and thank you very much for sending me some mail. I was so excited to get that. Much appreciated. Thank you very much for all that. So okay, yeah, I talked about that. Another thing is, if you look in the description down below, I want to talk about it before I even get to it. I made, just for these readings for this month, it goes along with this card you'll be seeing very shortly, called The Sound of the Universe. I made a playlist on Spotify that's in the link down below, music that goes along with this reading that will help to raise your vibration, get you into the sound of the universe. It's free on Spotify. All you have to do is get the app and you can listen to it for free. So, you know, and there are glitches, there's commercials unless you want to pay the price for it. If anybody out there knows of a service where I could share a playlist that is better than Spotify, please let me know. I appreciate it, because I started making music mixes all the way back in the 80s, back when we had cassette tapes. I'd sell them for $5 a pop for gas money and play money and stuff, back when I was 18, 21, somewhere in there. And all the way, then I made CDs for people at parties. So I really feel the universe speaking to me. Matter of fact, in the year 2020, I had a CD that I made in 2007 that was literally the soundtrack of 2020. So it is pretty amazing how spirit speaks through music. So let's get on to the cards. This is going to be a collective. This section right here is for the collective. I will get on to your individual sun sign, sun, moon, and rising sign readings shortly, right after this. But I wanted everybody to know this information. It's so much easier for me to do it one time. So what I want to do is first go over a few things. You really, I know it's wild and crazy and it's impromptu and throw together, but that Mardi Gras video, I had some pretty intense channelings in it. And the reading that came through that was pretty awesome. This is just a quick overview of the cards that we pulled, which is the new blueprints. That was about downloading the new blueprints from the Soul Star Chakra. That's our higher self. That chakra is just above the head. It's not, this is the crown chakra. It's the next one up above that, where our higher selves and our soul selves live. That's where all the information that comes from our Akashic records, all the information of what we decided to do in this lifetime, our contract, and all of the blueprints basically are what blueprints are directions on how to put something together, right? So the directions on how to put our life together, especially in these new days and times. and that's going to lead us to being a realm builder. Okay, realm builder, this new realm into the 5D. This is all about ascension, working on ascension, and the all new Mystic Hawk channel is here to assist you with your ascension. So yes, I do personal readings about personal things, but I am focusing on you and how you can raise your vibration, how you can change your reality from the inside out. Okay, so here we go. We have the high heart chakra, and the high heart chakra was activated through these blueprints, and that was one of the things that was required. And you may have even felt like you were purging and releasing a lot of energy, perhaps emotions. There's a lot of crying. There's a lot of that still going on, even from last year. I know, right? But this particular time leading up to this new energy that we're coming into right here, now that Mars, as of yesterday, has gone into Gemini, activating the north node of our destiny. Not only, we also get a new flux of life force energy. So I think all of us should be feeling a lot better coming up in the month of March, or whenever you're watching this reading, because again, these readings are timeless. I put a lot of time and energy and work into it, and believe me, when Spirit sends you a video, whether it's for your sign or not, or as a collective reading, again, I express that you should really watch the collective readings. You know, that way I don't have to put these little clips ahead. The correct collective readings really have a lot of information in there, and they're very fitting for everyone. So anyway, as you get this new life force energy, that will open up the doorway for radical expansion. And I also call it radical self-expression and expansion. They look at that from our high heart chakra is emerging this beautiful white dragon. What beautiful cards these are, huh? This is from Beyond Lemuria by Izzy Ivy. Okay, so Izzy Ivy she painted these cards and wrote the book on it. So it's pretty awesome material. All right, so the next card we have that goes along with this radical expansion, really, you know, as we're getting these downloads, it expands our mind to incorporate things that perhaps we never dreamed of before, or getting to be parts of ourselves that we thought we could never express, as this high heart is open and we're able to express this wonderful mystical dragon, you know, mystical dragon-like part of ourselves. I'm kind of getting pulled into this card, and what I'm looking at here is, you know, I see the spiral, the corkscrew of how the dragon is coming out. And I was thinking of, you know, we think so much as these cards are lined up in a linear form that everything happens in a linear way. But really, it's just a bunch going around in a bunch of circles. But hopefully that's going up. So we start down here. And just like here I am coming back around full circle to the Mystic Hawk. But I'm on such a different level than I was 3 years ago when I first started this channel. I'm a different person altogether. And it has to do, a lot of it, with my spiritual journey, some of it being the Mystic Hawk. So here we go. This is going to be activating the Sacral Chakra. So springtime, baby. Get your mojo on, because that is the mojo chakra of sexuality, sensuality, and creativity. Yes, that's where we have all of that. And a lot of times we find ourselves blocked in expressing any one of those areas of our lives, whether it be sexual, sensual, or creative. Now, that could be dealing with some old traumas and stuff. Again, we're still in this purging mode. If you really want to work with your sacral chakra, and you might want to find some orange stones. Oh, what are you called? Anyway, I picked up my orange crystal, and I'm like, I don't remember what that's called. I'll remember it in a minute. Anyway, the sacral chakra, it is part of our creativity, our mojo. This is how that expression flows as it's coming down, grounding out through the chakras, going into the Earth Star chakra just below our feet. It's come down through the Soul Star to the Earth Star. This is how the divine inspires us, and then it comes back up and out to be expressed. And it's expressed in a lot of ways, sometimes through music, through the sound of the universe. This is about music and dancing, that expression of that universal vibe, the universal energy of how it resonates in and out, as above, so below. And it is us getting in tune as we listen to music. That's why I made that music mix for you guys. It's down in the description down below. Listen to it at least once. It's great music. Good background, high vibrational. It's all talking about love and all good stuff, you know, but not of that lower base level sexual, you know, low level base sexual energy. No, we're talking about sexual energy that is mixed with, where did it go? The high heart chakra here. And when you put these two together, the high heart chakra and the blending of that, some amazing and divinely inspired, divinely supported energies can come forth into creation, into the material world. So these are exciting times. We have all the planets going direct right now. The wind is at our backs if we choose our destiny. North node, remember, Mars is activating the north node. This is destiny time, people. Go time, and activate your blueprints. Allow this radical expansion to happen, radical creativity, radical self-expression. Allow yourself to come out into the world as who you are, specifically your own beautiful, unique self. Welcome to the age of Aquarius, everyone. And now, on to your reading. Woohoo! Hello, Taurus. Welcome to your reading. While you were watching the introductory reading for the collective, I was pulling your cards and meditating on them. So now we're ready to go. A very interesting reading. It looks like there's a lot of spiritual energy going on here. A lot of questioning of your old ways of doing things and old beliefs, and a lot of how you were brought up. But before I get in, you know, and I mean old beliefs about not how you were brought up, but you know, within the family, within the community, perhaps some beliefs that you adopted way back when you were a child, and now reviewing them to see if they're still correct for you in your life. I'm going to start with the Now card, which is the Ace of Cups. This is a beautiful card. It's always wonderful. You have the Venus Aphrodite there. She is the feminine figure in the middle of the fountain there. There are 5 streams coming out of the fountain, and that represents the 5 senses. The dove is the dove of Aphrodite. This is being offered a cup of love, new emotional beginnings, you know, spiritual and emotional blessings coming along with the situations. And all you have to do, very simply, is to be willing and open to receive. Now, the card that is usually the challenge card in crossing, I do, this is kind of, yeah, a variation on the Celtic cross. I add a couple more cards. I like having the grid pattern. It works better for my brain. But the next card we have here in the crossing position is the 7 of Cups. Now, this is the other side. These are vice versa tarot cards. They have different meaning for each side, and of course for the reverse and upright. Right now I'm not doing the reversals. That's like 4 cards in one, and I'm just getting used to this deck. I bought it a little over a year ago and never used it much. Now that I'm just getting back into the tarot, I thought a very fresh, clean deck was a good idea. So we're doing, and I really find these interesting. So check this guy out, the 7 of Cups. That usually means, oh, if you don't mind hitting the thumbs up, I really appreciate it. I try to remember to say that. But before I get into the reading, because once I get in the reading, boom, I'm gone. Let's see. But the Seven of Cups crossing the Ace of Cups. We got this new beginning. The Seven of Cups is someone that has all these things before them to choose. So many options. Maybe you have lots of options in that area. People, places, situations to choose from. What will it be? Oh my gosh. Perhaps you've gotten yourself in a state of utter horror and confusion. But if you look at this man's eyes, even get it focused in really closely. There we go. See how they're white? That means he's blind. And on the flip side, you just see the backside of him, and he thinks he's in a swamp and he's seeing an angel. But on this side of the picture, we see from the angel's perspective, or the swamp's perspective. They see that castle in the background, and he's just in a pond nearby. So he was basically a blind man. Blind meaning you weren't fully aware of the situation. You couldn't really see what was going on. The situation was veiled to you. And so you couldn't get a clear vision and have, you know, clarity on each of these situations so that you could make the proper choice. And then here comes Spirit along right now saying, hey, Ace of Cups is the proper choice. You know, a new beginning, especially an emotional renewal. Looks like an emotional renewal. And I can see where you might be confused, because at the bottom of this, the foundation of this is the flip side of the Ten of Swords. Check out, there's an eclipse there, a solar eclipse. And then there's the knight who has taken off his armor, and he just has his pants on. That's all he has on, whatever underclothes he wore under the, you know, the armor. And he's looking at his armor pierced all the way through. There it is, as we're used to seeing the Ten of Swords. So what happened in this situation? Well, always the swords represent the mind, which represent the ego, and this is a death, definitely with the eclipse of, you know, massive death. I don't know, could have been something that happened around the last eclipse time. Thinking that might have been sometime in December, but I'm not 100% sure. You have to look up what the last solar eclipse is. There may have been something significant that happened with you around that time. All of the swords going, and it feels like a massive betrayal, but he's still alive. Now, is this his spirit looking down on his body? Well, it looks like the suit is empty. So what I really feel like is this is just your shell, just your ego. Your true self is still here, very much alive. Feeling a bit confused over the situation. And of course, there's this otherworldly feel around the situation with this eclipse going on. So something definitely got eclipsed out of your life. It definitely was a massive blow to your ego. The end of the Ten of Swords. Well, when Spirit looks at it one way, Spirit sees this as a celebration. That's why you're getting the Ace of Cups, because good for you to release the ego in that way, because now we can actually get on with the deeper things in life, with things that have more meaning, instead of doing things for ego, for the show, for the gram, to keep up with the Joneses, huh? So a lot of something about that just died away. Some image that you had of yourself, some vision that you thought you were seeing. See, this guy is horrified. He's blind. So what is he really seeing if he's not actually seeing those cups floating in the air? He's horrified at something, some illusion that's going on within his mind. Now, what led up to this? Looks like what led up to this, okay, I can see this very Taurus card here. We got the Six of Pentacles. You know, this man looking down at all of these properties. He's the big man in town, maybe owns a lot of property. This may be somebody you know. This could be you. This is, you know, he is actually overall a good fella. He does genuinely care about the people in his village. He does genuinely care for their well-being, you know, so long as it don't hit his pocketbook too much. But the thing about the Six of Coins, especially in the more traditional sense, is how somebody just, they have a great big bank and they just give you a few coins, the breadcrumb breadcrumbing kind of situation. He still likes to feel, he doesn't want to give his whole purse away because he likes being the big guy, right? You know, this could have been you. You could have been acquiring property, overseeing. He's definitely overseeing a great deal of property. This is what he looks like from the back. I'm going to show you the back side of each card. I know you're curious about that. So that's him looking out. And if you look real close, he's looking at a table that's a mock-up. So this is a model. He's not really as big as he thinks. He just wants to feel like he can look down upon the situation, having the model of all of his properties right there on the table there. So, you know, but even so, even if he is very generous and very kind, he still likes to be in control of his environment. He likes to keep everything and everybody where they need to be in his little, you know, his little world that he's looking down on as if he's God. And you know, that works for a while. But what I'm seeing is, okay, the reason why I stopped is because I suddenly saw the split. Like there's these two columns belong maybe more to the past, and over here in the future, there's going to be some real major challenges to your belief system. That's what I really see that's going on here. And remember, I do tarot cards for you to help you with your ascension. I'm not looking at issues that you have with other people or love readings. You know, there may be some love. I tell you, love is available if you have the eyes to see it. He doesn't have the eyes to see it. How do you get the eyes to see it? Maybe that's what this guy is wondering in the Two of Wands here. He's looking out over the horizon, wanting to manifest again, kind of like it might be this very same fella here. Maybe in the younger days, before he had all six of the pentacles, he was dreaming of being this guy. One day I'm going to have all of this, you know, and he wants to be that person. However, there's a flip side to the situation, and this is what Spirit wants to talk to you about. It's not just about the what. Oh, I want this and this and this. This card is talking about with this golden orb that he's holding in his hand is he wants to also consult his higher self, his soul self. What was your contract coming into the world, just acquiring things and having power and control over certain situations, having the money so you don't feel like you're in lack. But your soul, you know, that might be the ego right here, the ego that has died or in the very ends of the death row, feeling a major betrayal in a certain situation that has caused you to seek something deeper. I did have this guy looking out, wanting to create something, but the higher self says, why? Why do you want all of this? Why do you feel motivated to have more houses than you can ever live in, or all this property? Or why do you want to have this big savings account? Why do you want to have cars, you know, homes, whatever, whatever it is that you want to create, even relationships? Why do you want to have this business? What is your goal? What is your mission statement, Taurus? Because Spirit doesn't want to let you go any further in this situation until you confront why, what your personal deep interior motivations are to move forward in this situation. What I can tell you right now that's going to be coming up in the not too distant future. Now, again, all my readings are timeless. Just you may be watching this in March 2021, and it may be 3 years from now and 3 months. It doesn't matter. This situation that you right now are in, if this resonates with you, is the strength card. This is the backside of the strength card. See, this is, again, the sun is being eclipsed. Something is being eclipsed out of your life, Taurus. I could feel it very strongly. Lots of cards, lots of eclipses going on. And this is also happening during the eclipse. This is the front side of the strength card. Remember her, the maiden that can put her hand in the lion's mouth, overcoming your inner beast or your beastly nature, the lower nature of yourself. But on this side, during the eclipse, there's the devil there facing her down. But see the lion and I guess it's the emperor, so the adept, the girl, they're just sitting still, being chill. Like, hey, devil, what's up? Rah, he's doing all this thing, trying to scare him out of a situation. I'm the demons of your past. I'm all of these issues. It's issues around control, issues, yes, it's control and all of the, I don't know, that's the devil. That's all, I get stuck on that. But these are all the issues that perhaps were buried, involving the established family situation. This is the family home, how you grew up, how you were raised. A lot of these issues are coming up. Maybe that is one of the foundations. It is definitely about facing your demons, addiction, suppressed emotions, suppressed memories. All these things are coming up. You've had this going through still a dark night of the soul. I forgot to come over here again, going straight across is the Seven of Wands. You have won some battles. You have managed to really pick yourself up out of perhaps where you were in the past, financially, physically, using your masculine energy. Okay, Taurus, you have actually been able to build and to get somewhere with it. However, this is what I'm feeling. Your feminine side is coming out saying, but why am I doing this? What's the point? What's the purpose? What am I going to take with me when we leave this world and can't take the property? What kind of growth? What kind of learning? What kind of spiritual understanding? How did I contribute to helping others? What is my legacy that I'm leaving? And of course, this card very much, the Ten of Pentacles, talks about a legacy. This is the next generation coming in to take over. There's Pops there on that side with his dog. He acquired all his 10 pentacles. Now he can go into retirement and rest. But so here come, a son or grandson with a new sweetheart, probably asking permission to bring her into the family, or she's asking permission to bring him into the family. Let's put it that way. I like that better. Why does it always have to be him? Nope, not in these days, baby. So some permission is being asked to bring a new person into the family, into the fold. And I really feel, because these are catacorner with each other, that this strength card, we're needing to face the demons, needing to conquer. It could be, there's actual person that is connected to this family source, perhaps even father figure, grandfather figure, perhaps did play that demon in the past for you. But see, they're not there in your face 24/7 in the now, unless you're a child still watching this reading. And I don't do reading for children. So as an adult, these memories, these things are still playing. These beliefs, they really impressed upon the subconscious mind. It's also questioning beliefs that you had around religion and spirituality. I really see your spiritual life undergoing a major overhaul right now. Very much questioning everything that you thought you knew about, religion or God, and how the world worked and why people are here and how they got here. I mean, just what is life all about? I really feel some existential angst going on in this situation. Why am I here? What is my purpose? I built all of this stuff. That's all great. I was very successful. But what else is there? Is that all there is? This Page of Swords, very brash, very quick, look very determined. I'm going to walk on clouds. I'm going to walk over these sharp rocks. He's got this sword and he's like, "Arr!" And, you know, he's kind of walking over the snow and ice, but he doesn't have any shoes on. Look, bare feet, no armor, you know, no jacket, no coat. So this is like, you know, using your mental energy, being a page, trying to go into these situations. I see two pages, the page of wands and the page of swords. That would be, you know, you could be dealing with a fire sign and an air sign. But you know, no, they're taking me back. Does this not distract Taurus with people right now? Taurus already knows about people in their life, and this one, that one, the other. This is elements of your own self, and I'm feeling like they're younger parts of yourself. Like maybe this is more like the teenager that gets a little bit of knowledge and thinks they know everything, so they can just go out in the world and take their sword and look real fierce, and they can make things happen, and that worked for you for a while. And of course, here's the upright. Well, let's see this is the flip side of the page of wands. So he doesn't look like no boy. He's just very immature, brash, has no social graces. Sometimes, a lot of times, steps on people's toes, can be very loud, and aggressive. You know, he's the one that gets thrown out of bars when he gets drunk, that kind of thing. Or, you know, but people misunderstand. There's mixed signals. I'm hearing mixed signals happening in this situation. But this is at night when he's alone and he's not showing off for his friends. He's looking out over the sky, thinking the same thing. Taurus, is that all there is? What is the meaning to life? And see, right there is that fiery thing, is this campfire, and a phoenix is taking up out of the campfire. So this is spiritual rebirth, spiritual renewal, probably after facing your shadow self. This is facing your shadows, your shadow self, and all the things deep inside. That this page really is pretty insecure. You know, they don't want to be laughed at by other people when they start getting into their spiritual things. They kind of keep it cloaked, keep it under wraps. You know, you don't tell everybody. Perhaps study to yourself, just share with a few tight, close friends, because if you let this information out to the world, kind of like I'm doing here and now on YouTube, it's like, what will mom think? What will dad think? What will this one think? What will that one think? What about my job? What about, you know, if you do actually attend a church, a lot of people actually do go to churches to still read these readings. It is all about spirituality. It is about mixing it, but not everybody does. There's some pretty rigid beliefs on it. So what you have done as a result of facing some of these old family belief systems, the demons that came from the family, some of the things that happened that wanted to scare you. Of course, during this eclipse, though, one of the things that happened with this maiden, because she has the strength of her lion, and she has learned that she has this powerful spiritual strength because she was able to put her hand in its mouth, and there was a trust and a kindness and a love and a compassion, and the power of that love and compassion and understanding. There is nothing that devil cannot come up against it. The shadow cannot do anything but just try to scare you. And a lot of times, this is what I discovered about my own shadow. A lot of it within, all those monsters within, really are just our inner children in monster suits. And what an ingenious inner child I had to find ways to survive in situations that were very challenging and difficult. We are amazing, adaptable beings in this world. So the shadow isn't to be hated. The shadow is to be understood, loved, released. That doesn't mean you join forces with it. You don't want to be it, but we can't cut it off. We can't push it away. We can't pretend like it isn't there. The pain, the suffering, the rage, the addictions, whatever it is that you're hiding from yourself and others. It's going to keep hunting you. It's going to keep chasing you until you turn and face it. And once we turn and face it, understand it, forgive it, and release it, that's when we get even more power, as you see with the lemniscate glowing up. That's how you empower yourself. We are not whole until we accept our shadow as well as our light. and not judge ourselves. And I'm speaking as a Taurus right now, as I'm in your energy in the reading. Do not judge yourself, ourselves. Let me get back in that flow, because you're not perfect. Okay? You're not. Just nobody is in this world. And we all have them, the shadows. Once we integrate them and blend them back into ourselves, learning these mysteries, this is an adept. This is somebody's just starting on this new metaphysical journey, perhaps being heavily indoctrinated by the church. You're gone into the hangman phase. This hangman is actually the Hierophant, the guy behind the mask. Check him out. This is the Hierophant. This is the Taurus card, so there you are showing up. Look at the mask that they wear in public. I know everything. I will teach you. Teach you. This is what you need to know. Blah, blah, blah. You know, all the rhetoric, dogma. You know, that could be you. That could be another person wanting to be very much in tradition, keeping things to tradition. But when it's flipped, you have the, I think it's a tetragram or whatever. This symbol on the back of Mr. Tito, the symbol on the back of the of his chair there, of his throne, does talk about how God, man, the word created man, the word created the world. So all the secrets of life are here. There's the baby holding the key to the kingdom. There is Venus de Milo, the goddess, the image of the goddess, and talking about the matriarchy. He is the symbol of the patriarchies. So there, they stole that information. So they're using all the information that they tried to suppress, indoctrinated it into their dogma, using what they want to use to be able to manipulate and control the people as they would like. All the while, there's all this information. This is coming to a point of being in a religious rebellion. So finally, this Hierophant, this priest, this teacher decided, I just can't do this way anymore. This isn't working for me anymore. However you were dealing with your spirituality wasn't working anymore, to the point you had to go up and put yourself, self-sacrifice. That's what this hangman is about, self-sacrificing. Again, we see self-sacrifice with the ego. Taurus, I know this isn't the easiest reading. This isn't rocking and rolling. I did skip over to Gemini first because I had so many people ask for it. And they had such a very different reading. But this is a little bit of dark night of soul, but it's also really questioning, who am I? Why am I here? What is my why in this world? And of course, you would turn yourself upside down in this situation. Here's the backside of it. There's those adepts that were right there. There they are. See? Here's the Hierophant. And there's these two people, the blue one and the green one. So they showed back up. They still came to him. But this is after he had broke his mask and set all of this stuff aside. So they're coming to him. He's getting the starry skies. He's getting the great reveal, the reveal of the great mystery. Flip those back over. A deeper understanding of himself and what makes the world work. And now the people, instead of having to show up to the church and by rote, or because, you know, they have to bow to him because of the teacher, they're coming and going, wow, man, that's really cool. What are you doing? Can you show me that? Wow, you know, that's pretty interesting that you would sacrifice your own ego so that you could hear your higher self, so you could connect to your why. We want to know more. They see this guy, instead of being told this is what they had to do or feel like that's what they should do. They're coming to hear this guy truly witness about his experience of overcoming the devil, his own shadow. He really seriously had something to teach, something real to offer the world. But it took work. It took a lot of work, and it took moving away from a predominantly materialistic viewpoint, flipping all these old beliefs on their head and saying, okay, I'm ready to learn something new. And that's going to require, over here with the Sacred Destiny cards, there's a standstill. So you may have felt a little stagnation or a standstill in a certain situation. But and there's that hangman right there. Flipping back over. the Hangman. You're not quite at that point. You haven't got the aha moment, but it is coming. That they're saying this is what you're going to need to do in order to remedy the situation. And that will bring you some inner peace. So this is a really deeply spiritual time for you right now if you choose to take advantage of it. I believe your time for action is coming up maybe in another month or so. This is still the real deep contemplation. This is this real deep spiritual journey that you're going on before you're embarking upon building your empire. There's some reflection that needs to happen in this situation, and really you need to relax more and chill out and get some inner peace and quit being so squirreled up inside. That's what I'm hearing. Squirreled up, scrounged up, scrambled up and squirreled up. I know, right? But that it's just it feels like a squirrel running around on the inside of me when I'm thinking about this, and that's what the universe is saying. You need to calm down. I know this was not fair. This was totally wrong, but it is what it is, and there is no saving. Please quit growling. There's no saving this situation. I want to say hi to everybody. Tito is also a Taurus. There's the Mr. Kitty. Can you see him? Hello. Says hello to all the Tauruses. He's going to have a birthday soon on May 5th. All right. 16 years old. He's an old feller. I'm not letting you out right now. We're almost done with the reading. All right. So the next cards we're coming up to, the Angels of Abundance card. And words of abundance. The power is in the word that created the world. Remember the world that says, I am the word. Well, the words that come out of your mouth are also creating your reality. And what it says at the bottom of this card here says, you have the ability to instantly manifest abundance by choosing powerfully positive words. Always describe your own and the world's economic situation in loving and optimistic terms. And that's what you will attract for yourself and others. So always speak positively. Really try not to go into the poverty consciousness when you're talking about your money. I don't have enough of, I can't afford. Try rewording those situations. In different ways. Try, don't lie to yourself like, I got plenty of money, I just run up my credit card and spend money in my bank account I don't have. No, that's not what I'm telling you. The money's on its way. I don't currently have the liquid funds at the moment, but the money is on the way. I know it's coming. Have positive things to think about that. There's a lot of other people out there. I can't think of them on the fly because I'm so focused on all these other situations, still in this hangman situation. I'm still upside down. Anyway, but you know what I'm saying. Go along the things that I don't have, I can't, I don't want this, and then you go to describe a negative situation. What you do want to do is say, this is what I do want. Abundance, happiness, prosperity. And abundance comes in many forms. Another thing, next card is savings. So the angels are encouraging you to start saving. As you consistently save for your future is saved. Do your future self a big favor as you consistently set aside present funds. This is a part of your self-care and path to feeling secure as you focus upon your life purpose, because that's what you're doing over here. You need to take some time out to focus on your life purpose. Maybe you do already have some savings available and they're saying now it's time to use it, take a little vacation, take some time off to really reflect upon this next step, because this one is really, it's really going to matter. Remember, when I was talking in the Mardi Gras readings, I haven't brought it up so much here, but I think a lot of people have already made this decision. If you haven't already, there's no more middle ground. If I can sort of be over here in this world and still try to be in that world, the two differences, it's no, you either pick the left or the right. There is no more middle ground. And I really feel, Taurus, that you really need some reflection time to know what your why is so that you can understand your direction and purpose in this world. It might not be your purpose to be to be the rich property owner. It may actually truly be your purpose to be more of a, go down a more of a spiritual path. But before you do that, there are steps, trials and tribulations, facing the shadow, releasing the ego, releasing all the beliefs of what you thought you knew, erasing that mind and becoming teachable again. And once you become teachable and you get into that rhythm and you start learning, then the people, boom, like here, will show up to ask you to teach them. But it's only after you've surrendered. It's not fun, but it just is short term. It's short term. This will not last forever. This too shall pass. And what you'll get in the end is a liberation from these old limiting beliefs and a whole new sense of self, a whole new emotional beginning. It will feel much better once you get to the other side of it. I'm trying to be very encouraging. It's not easy, but it's worth it. Hey, come on, Taurus. You really like easy. You always, if you have to work for it a little bit, doesn't it feel like you really earned it? Well, that's what this is about, huh? Same difference. Just because it isn't money you hold in your hand, property you can actually walk on. This spiritual advancement and learning is just as important, and even more so because you get to take it with you. You get to take it with you when you're not here on Earth anymore. Says what you need to do right now. The last card is organize for success. No, do not let the world organize intimidate you. Oh, do not let the word organize intimidate you. There's a glare on here. Ask, and it is simply a way, as it is a simply way for you to ensure clarity and purpose, organizing your thoughts, your reports, your living and workspace, and your finances will help you know and plan for the next action step. So this is about organizing. It's about getting yourself grounded, finding your inner peace, finding yourself, knowing your why. And then once you know your why and what you want to do, what and why, boom, you're going to go for it. You got to get spiritually clear, get some of your inner demons out of the way that are trying to block you, because really what's the biggest thing that's in your way is you right now, Taurus. Yes, there could be other people, could be a Leo, possibly. That is what strength says. Another Taurus. But we don't even want to get into all that. And this Taurus over here, he is very stubborn, little kitty. When he wants out, he's not going to let up. So on that note, you have a wonderful and blessed day, Taurus. Blessings, blessings, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye now. Boop, boop. There we go. This mouse never wants to work. Here we go. Bye now.